Personal diary. General Alexei Nikolaevich Kuropatkin. Well, the war continues to go surprisingly well for us at this point. My men have worked wonders in the horrible terrain of Korea. Endless mountains and hills, and yet we have managed to stop the Japanese breakthrough and so far are holding open a road into Port Arthur. Meanwhile, our Navy continues to perform incredibly, and even though we have taken some losses, we have inflicted even more upon the Japanese. At this point, I am hoping that we can maintain what we have left of our Navy as a force in being for when the Baltic Fleet arrives. However, if the Japanese expose their battleships, we will probably take advantage of that. On land, we continue to press the Japanese to try and grind them down while seeking to increase our own forces. I would give anything to know what the Emperor, the so-called Son of Heaven, thinks of all this. But as usual, my military intelligence finds the enemy unintelligible, so I know nothing. But the fight will continue. Well, hello again, everybody. It's the Wargaming Guy. I'm recording this voiceover because I took my new Shure mic and I accidentally muted it like an idiot, which is too bad because I actually really enjoyed this video, and I think my original I know that my original commentary was a whole lot better than what you're going to get now, but you know, what am I going to do? So here we go. As you can see, the Japanese, I stretched them out pretty well last week and gave them a lot of casualties last video. And now we're trying to see if we can take advantage of them and chop them up the way they chopped me up when I was playing the Japanese, because the AI was pretty good at stopping me in the peninsula, and it looks like we may be able to do the same here. Time will tell. So we're shifting units around and trying to make them pay for pushing out like this. They seem to be very aggressive, which kind of fits the Japanese character of the army, at least as we know the Japanese army. So let's see what we're going to do. And bam, we shattered one. Yes, there goes another Japanese division. Excellent. So we've blunted the tip of their spear at this point. But that's all we've managed to do. So we have a long way to go. And so do I, making this voiceover. So I was checking. It's going to be very hard not to make self-referential comments through this, but I'll do my best. Okay, so we checked supply pretty good. Now we're going to try and keep wearing them down. That's been part of my strategy. The Russians do have more depth in terms of manpower. I have to be careful with this, because if I don't, I'll create a hole and they'll blow right through it and I'll be in big trouble. But I think we can do this if I don't screw up too many times and really wear them down. Yeah, another Japanese division bites the dust. Excellent. That is good. Now, I'd love to take that town, but I don't really have anybody that's strong enough to get in there, so we're not going to do that. However, we are going to snipe at this guy, but I'd rather get him back closer to full strength than, yeah, if I could remember how to do that. Hey, look at that. So there you go. And yeah, this, no. And he will not reinforce there because his supply levels are too low in the mountains. It's one thing this game does pretty well, actually, is it reflects how hard it is to supply units in those Korean mountains. I don't have a lot of details on this war, but I know when we fought in Korea, with as many advances in our equipment as taken place from this war, it was still a hard job, particularly in some places. So, all right, there we go. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this guy. Do I leave him there? Do I back him up? I'm going to back him up. And we'll see if they push forward or not. Meanwhile, I'd still like to know more about what the Japanese have got, especially in that kind of big, dark middle area there. Yeah, right there where the mouse is. Yeah, we don't know much about what's happening there. So, but there you go. Okay. We'll get him up to snuff. And what are we going to do? Let's shift him. I want to shift more weight over to, when you look at the screen, the right-hand side of the screen, which in real life would be my left, but whatever. I want to shift that to put some weight out there to stretch the Japanese line out and make him thin out his line. Okay, well, dang it. Don't have a lot to buy there. But a brigade is a lot better than nothing. And there's my upcoming unit production. Not a lot, and I got to wait a little while to get to it. And just checking out my Navy, which has done extraordinarily well, far better than I ever thought it would. Just kind of reinforcing that as it needs to be. I just turned off a light because it's 115 degrees outside, people, and I live in a trailer. So the last thing you want to do here is get things warmed up. Okay, yeah, my ship is gone. I know I got a little carried away with it. Imagine that, me getting carried away with something. But I did, and so we paid for it there, but that's all right. Let's check. Look at that. We have actually taken the lead now in the number of units we have. Now, how many of those Japanese units are in Korea? I don't know. That's the big sort of what if. And ship-wise, we're doing well, too. So, okay, so look at that. 68% for the Japanese, yeah. All right. I'm spazzing out here. Don't ask me what I'm doing. And we're just going to go ahead and let the AI take over. See what they do. Question, like I say, is like, what if they got there? Look at that. Bonsai straight ahead. And like most bonsai charges, didn't necessarily go their way. Again, look at them charging up here trying to kill that guy. Charging up there. Man, the AI is aggressive here for the Japanese, which it probably needs to be if they're going to have any chance of winning. But I don't know that. I don't think that way is really going to get them where they want to go. Let's put it that way. So now we've got 2 divisions up here, and we would like to kill at least one of them. But that's not going to be easy, as you can see. We do have other units, but they can't move very far. So what do we do? I will ponder this for a momento. And again, you can think of advancing. If you don't have cavalry over there, you can't see what you're about to run into, and that's a real issue. 2-1. It's not spectacularly great. So when the AI pulled those units up to guard that line there, they're not great units, but they don't need to be, because I'm not probably going to push too hard there at the moment. Maybe later, we'll see. Meanwhile, now we're back to this. So we'll move him up here and set up kind of a long line there of units that are going to make it difficult for the Japanese to move and get supply through, maybe. All right, so we are going for him. We weakened him. He's certainly not going to be attacking anytime soon. But let's do the old shuffle and hurt him a little bit more. Pushed him way back. All right. That's nice. And that's probably not worth attacking. These guys need to be reinforced. So do these guys. We got time. We can wait. Wait them out and see what they're doing. Nope. Yeah, he needs to be reinforced pretty badly. Now, is Pyeongtaung empty? And if it is it worth taking? I don't think it's worth taking, because if I take it, they might be able to slide their cavalry over and take the town I'm in now, which would really be a mess, because I got to hold that road. So for the moment, that's not happening. All right, now we've got to make some decisions down here. So we're going to weaken them, hopefully soften them up. It's going to be brutal on these guys, but oh well. And then, yeah, we'll shift over. Ah, that was bad. 3-1. Sorry, guys. Didn't kill him. Ah, curses. But we might. Yes, we did. Shattered another Japanese division. That is excellent. And this guy can't really go anywhere. Neither can he. One of my problems, as the Japanese, as the Russians, is my guys don't move that fast, really. Although on roads, once they get going, they do pretty good. Okay, we want to keep the fleet up to snuff too, because when the Baltic fleet gets here, I think this will be a nice force in being, kind of a hammer and tongs, hammer and anvil kind of thing. If we can get the Japanese fleet between them, if we can knock down the Japanese fleet or wipe it out, or at least really reduce it, then we might be able to finally either stop the flow of new troops to Korea, or make them much more difficult to get there, and hopefully force them to land their units further south down the peninsula, which will really slow things up and should be really good for me. So that's the goal there, long-term goal. Here we go again. Look at that. It's all looking nicey-nicey. Fighting spirit, 85% for me, 66% for them. That's really good for me, not so good for them. And here we go. Pulled way back. So now Pyeongtaong is occupied, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Ooh, hit my cavalry. Uh-oh, but look at that. He ran into there, so bam. So now he can't hit my cavalry. Nice flank guarding the flank. Good job there. And Banzai again in the same place. And he pulled back, leaving a gap there. Nope, now they pulled back. So there you go. The AI's not crazy aggressive. Like, you just didn't leave those guys out there, but still. Look at that. Bam. Lost the division. Now, can we get the next guy? Well, these guys need reinforcing, so probably not. But we might be able to whittle them down some. Eesh. Yeah, that hurts. Ooh, that hurts too. Them, not me. Okay, do I want to go forward and maybe run into somebody? Yeah. I don't really have any cavalry there, so I don't know what's going on. I can pull him up to here. I still don't see anything. It looks clear, but it can be hard to tell sometimes. The coast is clear, and these guys are getting the snot beat out of them. Not as good as I wanted. Boom, go. You dirty. Like I said, cavalry only sees so far. So now I want to put guys all up on these guys and really pressure them. Ooh, look at that. 5. Okay, can we get him? Yes! Another division bites the dust. And we capture a town. Towns are not that big of a deal, but, I mean, they're going to help. So, yeah, we are pushing the Japanese back all across the board. And their peninsula campaign, if you want to call it that, which was what I tried doing when I was playing the Japanese, just didn't work. I mentioned I'm watching the Wargaming guys. He's finally doing this too, and as the Japanese, he's taking the longer route through the rough hills and headed towards Mukden as sort of a right hook to eventually come down and cut off the peninsula and then take the port, and I think that that's Port Arthur, and I think that that's possibly a really good idea. I wish I had tried that. I did not. So there we go. We're going to pick up a brigade with what few MPPs we have left after reinforcing everybody. Okay. It's looking pretty good. But you know, there's units there we cannot see. They're not as weak as they look. You have to always remind yourself of that in this game. It looks like, well, man, we're just going to mop these puppies up. But no, you're not. Well, at least not as easy as you think you are, because there's guys back there. And you can't see them. So you always got to remember that. It's going to reshuffle my HQs. Try and distribute supply a little better. And I'll continue to do that over the next turn or two, I think, if I remember right. Look at that. That's beautiful. And here we go. 84 to 63. Heading down. Not what they want. But and look at this. Here comes winter. Ports are going to freeze over. It's going to be wonderful. It'll make it harder for them to reinforce, which is good for us. It also makes it harder for everybody to fight in general. So maybe they'll just pull back into, well, or maybe not. Look at that. He moves forward and runs into somebody. Bam. That division's in rough shape, tries to retreat, doesn't get very far. So his head's on the chopping block, as it were. Okay, the Baltic Fleet is coming. Da-doop, 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 da-doop. We're the Baltic Fleet and we're coming. But they're going to come, and hopefully we'll do better with them than the AI did. Okay, trying to decide where to put him. Nah, there's nowhere over there to put him. Can't put him over there. That's too far away. I'd like to strengthen, like I said, the right flank, but yeah, it's difficult. All right, so now looks like you could just drive straight down that road, right, and take that town. Oh, look. No, you can't. They got 2 HQs there, and they've got field artillery, siege artillery, and another siege artillery. So, yeah. It's going to take a while, but that doesn't mean we won't work on it. All right, so now we got to decide who's going to try to give the coup de grace to this Japanese division. Look at that, 1-1. That's winter, folks. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Ooh, look at that. Hello. And nothing. He doesn't even, it drove me nuts. So he's going to come. Now we'll get, what? No, he ran away and around the other side where you can't go. Now we'll hit him. No, he runs away again. And you thought the Japanese never retreated, eh? Well, there you go. They actually did, even in World War II, but that's a whole different story. Yeah, man, that is one of the most amazing little sequences I've seen in a game in a while. Oh, man. Those guys wanted to live really bad. And they succeeded, at least for now. Oh, okay. I love it when things like that happen in a game. It can be a little frustrating, yeah, but it's also a lot of fun. And we never want to forget we're in this to have fun, people. At least that's why I'm here. And it's nice to try and simulate things and possibly realize how things might have gone if, thus and so had happened. But, it's got to be fun, too. All right, so still got the tip of the spear, you might say, to deal with there, but we blunted it, that's for sure. Going to buy another core because, of course, we are, because we will buy all of them that they'll let me. Unfortunately, Winter has made things really sucky, and it's hard to move around, and supply is worse than usual because it's winter. Trying to look around, see what I can find. Should I go there? Should I go there? Maybe not. I don't know. Trying to think about it. Yeah, I guess not. All right. And I'm not sure why I'm coming down here. What I'm looking for, I don't remember. I was thinking about the Japanese Navy and just wishing I knew where they were. Not that I want to go attack them. I just want to know where they are. But that is not for me to find out. So, yeah, don't have enough, so we're going to have to reinforce him. There you go. All right. And they are pulling back some, but AI is very canny, very tricky. You don't want to overextend yourself against them, that's for sure. But it is interesting, the setup that is sitting there now, because oops, comes the weather, and we get another brigade. Hey, we love our brigades. Love our corps more, but we still love our brigades. Where am I going to put him? I'll put him in Mukden. All right. Bring him down there. We're going to shoot you over there. And yeah. Yeah, that's not going to really be good. Trying to get them out of the Chosin. I want to say Chosin Reservoir. I doubt there was a reservoir then, although there may have been. I don't know when the dam was built there that formed the reservoir. I think it's, yeah. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and buy the core first and then subsist on whatever MPPs we have left so we can build up. Look at that. Winter just makes everything much more difficult than it needs to be. But what are you going to do? Can't change the weather by complaining about it. I know a lot of friends in Arizona at this time of year who I would love to remind of that. But whatever. Yeah, not getting any supply there. Can't move there. You could go there. Look at that. That's a tough HQ right there. Look at that. Nothing. I hurt myself. Didn't hurt them at all. So you got to give this to the Japanese HQs. They're not just full of pencil pushers. Took me a minute to realize I didn't have the MPPs to reinforce anybody else. There we go. If you get the HQs in a town closer to, it should increase supply. And that's when I realized that guy needs to move next turn. I can move my HQ up there and do a little bit to make the supply in the mountains better. May not make a drastic difference, but any difference at this point for the better, it would be welcomed. Russia collects. And the Japanese are moving around, but we know they've got stuff down there. We just can't see it, but we know it's there. Siege guns. Oop. Got a hit. Attacking, got some hits. Definitely weakened that poor dude. Uh-oh. Oh boy. And whew, he runs away, just like the Japanese infantry division did. And they actually score a hit on me. Those rotten little guys. All right. let's see. Here we go. And time to bring in some Siberians who took a while to get here, but cold should not bother them. Now we're going to move him forward. We're going to get the HQ up here, which should make supply better. Yeah, look at next turn. It's going to be good, so that's helpful. Now they've been sitting there a while. They'll be able to chew on the HQ. Oopsie, I forgot. I didn't think about that little piece of land, and I got a bloody nose. That's all it takes. 1 little minute of not paying attention. So we're going to back you up, and we're going to bring you down. And we're going to start. We are beating the heck out of this HQ, which is excellent. No cores. Bummer, dude. Cannot buy any more. We are maxed out. So, yeah, it's probably good for the Japanese, bad for us. Oh well. Not quite sure what to do with those guys, but for the moment, I do think I'll pull him up there. I mean, hopefully they won't be needed, but remember, the AI pushed me out of the peninsula. I came back, got in there. So, I mean, it's possible the Japanese could mount another counterattack, depending, again, on how many units they have left in the home islands and where they all are and all that stuff. So, yeah, and who knows? I don't know. So we'll just have to play that one out and wait and see. Okay, dinking around over there again. There's really not much we can do there. I'd really like to break through, because if we could push past that, you know, you could then come down, like just straight down that road towards the coast, or you could drive deeper into the mountains and then swing over towards Seoul. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, but yeah, getting them done, that's a whole nother story. Especially in the winter. Yeah, can't do anything there. Didn't really see much new. We did see that artillery unit there. So not only do they have siege artillery, but they have field artillery, which we don't have yet. Don't know if you noticed that, but yeah. So far, it's been all infantry and cavalry, no artillery yet for us. We've got some on order, but on order. We are raising some artillery units, or at least one, and we're going to buy another one maybe later, or if we already bought it, I don't remember. Okay, they're reinforcing, and that HQ stays where it is. Shielding, I guess, the divisions was the idea there. I'm not sure. Here comes the siege artillery. Yep, attack him. That hurt. Run away. So they're whittling away at me. Again, pushing forward. I thought they might just, nope, they seem to be more aggressive than that. So, okay, AI, if you want to attack through the winter, that's your prerogative. If I can kill a couple of their units while they do so, then I am a happy boy. All right. Oh, nice. So we can wipe him out. That'd be good. Oops, sorry. And Kerblamo, not quite, but no. Yes, yes, very good. Got him. So now, all we got to do is put somebody in there, and sure enough, they ran into somebody. They ran into a cavalry unit, got bushwhacked. Because I wasn't thinking. But sometimes you just have to do it. You have no other choice. I mean, it's either that or let them have the town, which I'm not inclined to do. So we'll slide you over, slide him over. Kind of left a little hole there, but look at that. 1 to 2, that's excellent. We can weaken him, then he won't be able to really hurt that units in the town, so that's probably a really good idea. Look at that. I don't really want to go forward and fill that hex because then it lets them get 3-on-1. No point in doing that unless it's going to lead to something good for me, and at the moment it won't. So getting everybody up to strength again, of course. Guy's going to come down. Yeah, that's not going to do any good. You can't go back for whatever, for reasons. So there's the HQ that's sending supply up the road to Chosin. And yeah, getting everybody else taken care of. Okay, let's check things again. Look at that. That's awesome. And look at the land units. 31 to 21. That's excellent. Fighting spirit, we're still 83. They are 61. Ooh, nice. This has been a tough winter for everybody, but it's really hurt Japanese morale. They might be wishing they hadn't attacked. Or they might not. Who knows? Not too much happening yet. Tried to make some movement there. That didn't work. So it looks like this is going to be a more of a layback, reinforce, bring reinforcements up, bring units up, etc. Righty. I'd love to take whatever that is, Pyeongtaong or whatever it is, but I want Chosin more, and I'm not going to get that either, at least not for a while. All right. I'm doing much the same, but first, let's buy something. Is this where I buy the artillery or another cavalry division? I can buy no more corps. I'm so sad. Now, the artillery is not cheap, by the way. So I'd rather have another division of cavalry or brigade or whatever it is so that I can, have better intelligence. Look at that. Here we go. Strike. Boom. All right. Can we? Yep, we can. Kablamo. Pushed him back. Here we go. Again, the coup de grace. And this time, I know that there's no other unknown units there. So there you go. So we have pushed them almost all the way back to the river. That is awesome. Although, like I've said before, I came back from being pushed back like this, so I'm sure they can. I don't know that I lost this many units, though. Maybe I did. I mean, I don't remember, and I'm not going to go back and count, but they've had some serious losses here. Now, they can make them up, but it just takes time, of course. All right, let's reinforce him. And where do we want this guy? Bring him down here. Same. And the same. Okay. Yeah, that's nothing. That time it worked out. Neither side got anything out of that. And that unit really doesn't need to be there, but I guess nothing's being hurt by it. Yes, we already did that. I'm thinking of HQs. They're expensive and getting pretty late into the game, so I don't even know if they'd show up in time. Let's see. Trying to figure out how far should I push. Again, I don't want to overextend and end up with a bloody nose or losing units that I don't really want to lose. So we will wait and see what they do. Okay, using the artillery again. Smart move. Wearing that guy way down. He needs to get some reinforcements, that's for sure. That's it. Again, what's happening in that void behind the lines that we know nothing of? That's the question, isn't it? It's all 2 to 3, so let's just stack them up and take them on. Hopefully take them out. Bam! We did it. And there's a lovely town just waiting to be taken, which we did. And now we're back to that river there. Now we're in pretty good shape in terms of shielding Port Arthur. But that can change in a hurry, so always keeping that in the back of my mind. Because I've seen it happen, Sonny. That's right. Your old general's seen it happen. Could happen at any moment. So don't get cocky, boy. Again, I don't really want to bring that guy up there. So, I don't know. But I got to do something with him. So I'm pondering that. I've also got a fairly good force built up over there out on the right flank, but they just can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. It's frustrating. Yeah. That's just nothing. Look at that. Ridiculous. Okay, finally, this guy can get some reinforcements. We're going to swap. Pull him over a little that way. We really need to focus on the main event, so to speak. Not the flank so much, since the flank is apparently not going to go where we want it to go. Unfortunately. And do I buy? Do I buy? Do I buy? Yes, I do. So there you go. We'll eventually get some artillery here. Look at that. That is just awesome. It's like 11 more units than they do. Although many of my 11 are brigades, there's a lot of theirs are divisions and brigades. I have corps and brigades. So trying to look at that. They were below 60. Did you note that? That is awesome. Anyway, trying to just go beyond the raw numbers to figure out like who's actually got more fighting power is a difficult equation to figure out. It's far too difficult for me. So many people out there that actually know math might be able to, but not this kid. Okay, there's siege artillery strikes, followed by an infantry strike. And you'll notice I stacked my units up there, so this guy's nowhere to go. He cannot retreat even if he wants to, and hence he dies. So that was on me. That's on me, totally on me. I screwed up my placement of my units a little bit. So now I got to buy another corps because of that. Yes, it's irritating. And so we have to figure out what we're doing. Now I could cross the river there, but because I'm not going to be surprised by anybody, I know all the units that are there. Well, we decided to try this instead, and that artillery. I mean, I heard them, but the artillery actually cost me a little bit, which is really irritating. Really. Here it comes again. Dagnabbit. So, that's a bummer. But the town is now open for business. But yet, aha. And look, let's nail that artillery while we can. All right, doing some more there. Not working quite like we want it to. I've just noticed I've got a new swing arm too, and it's got a problem I'm going to have to address because it's, yeah, I see what it is. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Hopefully I can get through this video, and then it won't matter. Hey. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and push down. Hopefully if I get some pressure on him, it'll make them maybe do something foolish. Maybe. Possibly. All right. And so the Japanese are being pressed pretty darn hard here. And that's what we want. So we've done pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the situation as it stands now. If we could just open up the front a little bit to bring all of our troops to bear on them, it'd be nice. But, you know, can't really change the geography just because it's not working in your favor. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. So this is the Wargaming Guy saying thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying all this. We're going to do a little more something there before we wrap it up. But I'm just going to wrap up the commentary at this point because it's all said and done. So take care, everyone. I'll be back with you next time, hopefully with a mic that works. So till then, take care, and I'll see you later.